less than 10 minutes.
Good morning. I'm Holly Thompson with a look at some of your top WSMV4 headlines from the Mid-State. The company that trained Covenant school teachers for the worst case scenario says they did everything right the day of the school shooting. Now the company wants to bring their training to other schools in the state. Last night at a Middle Tennessee School District's board meeting, they met with Defense Systems specifically about training substitute teachers. Some school board members actually went through that training and advocated for it, saying every time they learn something new and that it should be a continued priority in the district. A bus driver shortage is a nationwide problem right now, and we are seeing it cause problems across Middle Tennessee. Families in Williamson County say students at one bus stop have been late to school every day. We first checked it out on Wednesday, then returned this morning. The bus was late again. This time, students say they received a text message letting them know about the delay. Parents are still frustrated because not everyone gets a seat. They say that overcrowding has led to fights.
You're spitting on me. You're spitting on me.
Seniors in high school and 8th graders threatening to kill each other and hurt each other.
The district says bus drivers are doing double routes, and the bus service for students is not required. For some, it is the only way to get to school. Now, there's an app that families can use to track bus routes. There are new details about a traveling preacher charged with child rape. Police say Benjamin Garlick travels around the country. He was caught for his crimes in Middle Tennessee in Murfreesboro. We're told he helped run a Spanish-speaking ministry called La Espada. Well, we drove there and found an eviction notice with Garlick's name on it. It stated he failed to pay rent to Sword of the Lord Ministries. Garlick's wife is also facing charges. The two are mentioned online as partner missionaries at churches in Florida, Texas, and Indiana.
Here are your top stories from the Mid-South. We're seeing progress at Ford's Blue Oval City. Leaders say crews are paving at the future site in Haywood County. This manufacturing campus will include vehicle assembly, battery production, and suppliers on site. The Blue Oval City manufacturing project will be Ford's largest auto production complex in the company's 119-year history and will provide approximately 6,000 jobs in total.
Hey, y'all was gonna pass. Here go a roach right here. Jayla, got roach in the rice.
And let's talk about it. A Memphis fast food restaurant shut down one day after it passed a Shelby County Health Department inspection. A former employee took a video of unsanitary conditions and posted it online. We do want to warn you, the video is hard to watch.
I even got into it with the GM over the roaches being in the rice. We got into it bad. She didn't even want to throw it away. She was like, this is product. I was like, okay, but it have roaches in it. I'm not finna serve that.
Seen crawling on the walls, packaging, and inside the deep fryer, former Popeyes employee Tykia Ransom says for 2 months she had to work with roaches. Ransom says roaches were not the only problem. She says the Popeyes was also dealing with unsanitary conditions like bins of chicken left out on the floor. She says she tried several times to address the issue with management. And a day after her video went viral, the Tennessee Department of Health did a routine inspection and gave the restaurant a score of 98. Only 2 violations were listed, like pink slime in the ice machines, but there was nothing about bugs. However, corporate officials from Popeyes stated that the location in Parkway Village would be shut down to be cleaned. They went on to state the location would reopen once they review what happened and retrain employees on proper procedures. Those are your headlines from the Mid-South.
In the WVLT newsroom, I'm Harry Sullivan. We're learning more about the situation that led to 5 women escaping from the Union County Jail. The sheriff's office says overcrowding and an unlocked door paved the way to the escape. This is the 5 women who escaped on Sunday. 2 of them captured almost immediately. 3 others found about a half-mile away not too much time later. Those inmates all back in custody facing even more charges. And according to state data, in July, the Union County Jail was at 123% capacity. 94 inmates, but only 76 beds. We reached out to the Union County Sheriff's Office several times this week to comment on the jail conditions. No word yet, no response. One of the escaped inmates' husband says poor conditions are why his wife decided to run.
Sleeping in the hallway, people not having mats, people not having blankets, overcrowdation, and it was rough for her.
Union County isn't the only one facing these issues. 9 counties in East Tennessee dealing with overcrowded jails. And like many cities across the country, Knoxville dealing with a housing crisis. Homelessness, the worst it's ever been in Knoxville. A study from Charles Schwab found in 2019 nearly 6 out of 10 Americans were only one paycheck away from becoming homeless. It's a scary thought for someone like Christine Jones. She lives at a complex that recently nearly doubled the rent for her and all the other tenants. Her lease is up at the end of October. She says all the other apartments she can afford are taken.
Even the ones that KCDC has sent me, they're not available or they're full. I've gone through every one of them. I've called everyone.
According to East Tennessee Realtors, Knoxville's been underbuilding since the financial crisis. Rental prices about $450 higher than they were before the pandemic. And starting today, the Tennessee Aquarium down in Chattanooga hosting an online fundraising auction featuring some animal-created art. Look at this, nearly 50 original paintings on display, all designed by the animals who call the aquarium home. The auction starts at 10 this morning, lasts until next Friday at 10 o'clock. Bidders will even have a chance to paint with the animals. In the WVLT newsroom, I'm Harry Sullivan. Those are your top stories around East Tennessee.
Well, a beautiful morning this last day of summer. We are checking in with Stefano to help you plan for your weekend, too. It's looking pretty good, Stefano.
It looks great. First weekend of fall. Sad to see summer go. Excited to see fall really start up across the state. It's going to feel anything like it, though, over the next 3 days. So this afternoon looks beautiful with plenty of sunshine. 81 Knoxville, 80s in Nashville, Jackson, Memphis, Tiptonville, and near Lawrenceburg as well. We may just stay in the 70s out toward the Cumberland Plateau. Overnight tonight, nice and calm, quiet across the state. Temperatures 50s and 60s by the time we wake up tomorrow morning. Afternoon looks beautiful. Once again, mostly in the 80s with the exception being the Cumberland Plateau and maybe out near Knoxville 78. 85 Nashville, Memphis coming in at 87. Our Saturday goes to Sunday. Few more clouds will start to mix in parts of West Tennessee. Much of the area is going to stay dry throughout the entire day. What we will need to watch for, though, late in the day Sunday will be a couple of showers back in West Tennessee. So Memphis, Tiptonville, late afternoon going into the evening as cloud cover builds in throughout the state, but most of the weekend looking to stay dry. Those are your latest news and weather headlines from around the state. Have a great weekend, Tennessee.
This is Tennessee in 10. Headlines and weather from around the state in less than 10 minutes.